FCTC Hazmat prep exam questions. In which situation is shelter in place the best option? The exposed population consists of patients in a healthcare facility. What is the specific gravity of water? 1. What is one drawback of vapor protective clothing? It retains the wearer's body heat. What is the NFPA standard on vapor protective ensembles for hazardous materials emergencies? 1991. The concept of IDLH refers to an immediate threat to life or interference with the ability to escape the atmosphere. What is the boiling point of water? 212 degrees Fahrenheit. What is the vapor density of air? 1. If a victim is twitching, what agent would you suspect he or she has been exposed to? Nerve. Which function should occur in the warm zone? Decontamination corridor. Relocation of people who are threatened by a potential hazard is called evacuation. What is the term for the process of reducing and preventing the spread of hazardous materials by persons and equipment? Decontamination. Which ICS section tracks the status of incident resources? Planning. What is the temperature at which a flammable liquid will ignite without the need for an external ignition source? Ignition temperature. Self-contained breathing apparatus should be worn at a fire scene until fire monitoring has been completed. Which level of PPE is normally worn as a work uniform in industrial settings? D. A change in the state of a material is known as a change. Physical. A responder has come in contact with a hazardous material by handling a tool that was used to stop a leak. This is an example of secondary contamination. Which of the following is a recommended treatment for heat exhaustion? Remove the patient from the heat source. Which of the following is one of the shuns of evacuation? Habitation. What is the ICS term for a geographically defined area of operations? Division. In the ICS, the ________ is the point of contact for representatives from outside agencies. Liaison officer. Which type of radiation is emitted as pure electromagnetic energy? Gamma. Which function should occur in the cold zone? Personnel staging. Are intermodal tanks pressurized or non-pressurized? They can be either pressurized or non-pressurized. What do intermodal tanks look like? Round horizontal tanks in a box-like steel framework. Which job function is part of the ICS command staff? Liaison. What is the primary role of the medical monitoring station? To evaluate the medical status of personnel engaged in operations. Are intermodal tanks shipping or storage vehicles? They can be either shipping or storage vehicles. What is the standard atmospheric pressure at sea level? 14.7 psi. Which tanker is used to transport cryogenic materials? MC-338. What is a typical symptom of heat stroke? Cessation of sweating. Drums, bags, and carboys are examples of containers. Non-bulk. What will gasoline or diesel fuel do when water is applied? Float to the top. Typical span of control is subordinates to one supervisor. 3 to 7. Where should firefighters proceed after thorough decontamination? Medical station. A minimum of personnel is necessary to perform work in the hot zone. 2. When should the pre-entrance medical monitoring be completed? Just prior to donning PPE. A fully encapsulation suit is part of level protective clothing. A. Which form of decontamination is the most thorough? Technical. What is the process by which a hazardous chemical flows through closures, seams, or pinholes in a material? Penetration. REL stands for Relative Exposure Limit. What is heat stroke? High body temperature due to failure of the body's heat regulating systems. How infectious is smallpox? It is highly infectious. Which of the following is one of the command staff functions of the ICS? Safety. What does the abbreviation TLV stand for? Threshold limit value. What does the C in CBRN stand for? Chemical. Which position serves as a point of contact between the ICS and the news media? Public Information Officer. Refers to when a responder protects people from a hazardous material incident by keeping them in a safe atmosphere without evacuating them. Shelter in place. The number of people that one person can supervise effectively is known as span of control. Damage to a person's skin, resulting from exposure to sulfuric acid, is an example of a health effect. Acute.